Hello, I'm Kathy Smith, and I just wanted to give you a little message today. It was really interesting. I was reading this book on the 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by Jim Rohn. And as a coach, when I talk to people, they're also trying to define ways in which they can, have their own experience of happiness on a day-to-day basis. And I really appreciated this book, and I would highly recommend getting it as well. One of the things that really stood out to me in looking at this book, and one of the things that I know when I'm working with clients, is being able for them to really set goals for themselves. Jim is a strong proponent in that area in being able to identify what your goals are and how by actually writing something down can make such a significant difference. Now, what I do when I work with clients is I have what's called an AIM position. And what that means is being able to look at your goals for something that would be the acceptable minimum, the ideal goal, and of course, what's the middle ground. And what it takes us to really get to where we want to be at the ideal goal that we want is that we have to start setting what are called acceptable minimum goals. And that can be something that can be typically on a week-to-week basis, or sometimes it's like every 2 weeks. So what I like to do when I speak with my coaching clients, I'll talk to them about a particular goal that they may have. Let's give a good example. Let's say that someone says that they want to run a marathon. And I'll say, okay, well, let's set the acceptable minimum goal for this week. What would you like to be able to commit yourself to that you could do? And say, well, I'm going to run 5 miles this week. Well, that's great. How many miles have you run so far? Well, I don't. I haven't really run yet. I only walk around the block. Then obviously that is not a great acceptable minimum goal. Because the acceptable minimum goal is one that you absolutely know for sure that you can achieve. So in a case like that, maybe what we would do would say is you're going to commit to yourself to getting up 3 times a week, and that you're actually going to be walking a mile 3 times a week. That could be an acceptable minimum goal. So for this week, what I'd like you to think about is, what are some of the goals that you have? Let's just pick one. Write that goal down, and I'd like you to figure out and write down what is the acceptable minimum goal that you know that you could achieve this week. And that's what I'd like you to work on. I'd like to be able to work with you as well as a coaching client. I would love to be able to hear from you. You can look at my blog, of course. It's kathymsmith.blogspot.com. And give me a call. And I would definitely be able to work with you and find out what your goals and dreams are. And we'll put a plan together so that you can be successful.